Hello and welcome back to Slay the Princess. This time we are playing the Pristine Cut. Perfect timing for that. If you haven't seen my other parts to this series, I've played through a lot of the previous parts. But yeah, I didn't realise that there was an update coming that was going to add more to this, so yeah, whoops. Because yeah, I didn't realise that until I was probably nearly at least halfway through the game, so there was no turning back from that. But yeah, well, for you guys, it's probably not even been a few days since not only this update came out, but also all the parts for this. But it's been a few weeks since I last played this. But anyway, with this update comes a lot more story to this, and I'm really excited for this. So we've got more lore to the Fury, the Den, and the Apotheosis, which I'll be playing through those three first. And on top of that, we also get 3 new chapters, which branch out. Let me try that again. Which branch off from the Damsel, the Prisoner, and the Spectra. Holy fuck, there was a lot more. And yeah, it's a free update too, so fuck yeah. So yeah, with that, I will be getting into finding out more about this and how I'm gonna get these, because yeah, it's gonna be a lot. So yeah, I'll see you on the other side whenever I get to these next this new content. Here. Okay, I think we do this.
We're in her domain. We just have to stay alive. If we keep dodging her forever, we're going to get tired. We're going to slip up. We have to take a risk. As the princess lunges from the shadows once more, you touch her grip on the blade and lash out. It strikes, cutting deep, and the princess loses her focus, crying out in pained surprise as she crashes into you.
Okay, here we go. Here's one of the lore sections that we can get.
You're sent sprawling and can already feel the massive bruise blossoming on your ribs as she scrambles back into the darkness. Ha! Look at that! We wounded her. And she wounded us. Bad trade.
That hurt. Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be? Or could you be a rival?
She rears back, then leaps at you, more forceful, more ferocious, more serious. The scuffle is brief, and though you inflict a few deep wounds, you find yourself quickly overwhelmed by her savagery.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, this princess really enjoyed us fighting back. And just a little bit too much. She
wastes no time before pouncing on you in a flurry of claws and blood, your nerves barely able to keep up with the onslaught. By the end, you're lying in a nest of your own intestines, spine severed, blood rapidly draining out onto the jungle floor. The princess, drenched in both her blood and yours, idly prods your body.
No, that's it then. Cornered animal it was. Do better next time. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
We're not dead, But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die. Yeah, it wouldn't be this game if I didn't die at some point. You're on a path in the You felt her. She didn't have a soft underbelly. She didn't have blind spots. What could we have done that would have saved us from her hunger? When someone tries to make you dead, you have to hit them back. You have to show them your authority. There's nothing worse than a bully that thinks they own you. Great. So you've been here before. That
Yes, I
doesn't
have,
bode well.
but-
You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done.
Yeah, but apparently there's some voice lines here that we have not listened to yet. Oh, shut up. Boat's fine. You are the reason we're stuck in this shit situation. Now I had to do the hard work of dragging us out.
And how do you intend to do that? We're going to fight her, and we're going to win. There's a reason she slinks around in the shadows. Well, no complaints here. Now hold on. We're not just going to let the fact that he knows things about this whole Lupin situation go, are we? He's not important. He can have his secrets for all I care. She's killed us twice now, and that's enough of a reason for us to want her dead.
I'm pretty sure.
Like I said, we're going to fight her. But we're so small. We don't actually know how big she is. We just know she wants us to think she's big. And if she's going to treat us like prey again, then she is sorely underestimating us. One good wallop, that's all we need to put her on the defensive. Ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt. If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much. Consider this your last opportunity to make things right, for you and for the rest of existence, but especially for you. We don't need your pep talk. I'll make sure we pull this off.
Okay, there's a lot more dialogue here than I thought there was going to be. Okay, so yeah, I didn't think any of these would come about with any new dialogue, but
I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. Like that grumbling voice said just a moment ago, you've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much else in the way of motivation. Yeah, she was still there last time. I'm not so sure she can free herself without our help. Maybe not quickly, but it's inevitable. That cabin won't last forever.
okay, well, time to go to the cabin.
You make your way down to the cabin.
Yeah, and
Your fated confrontation awaits.
yeah, we've already been through
No,
over the plan.
I'm not sure that use violence counts as a plan. It's a better plan than you had last time. I don't like this, but I'll try to keep us breathing.
Well, that would be where we need the paranoid voice to come in, because didn't he do the whole hearts, lung, liver, whatever before?
The interior is dark and overgrown.
Okay,
Lines
we
and
already
brush
went through this.
obscure
Okay,
so
take
much
it,
of
we're
the
not
place
fighting
that
a monster
had you
without
not
blade,
seen the
even if it's not a
exterior,
very big
you
one.
Is no one going to mention the mirror? What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's
Yeah,
just the
you've
stump
already
and a
been
narrow
over the
tunnel
mirror
that
countless
leads to the
times.
basement.
Okay, mirror blocking our way, just smash it and we'd be done with it. Okay, now...
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. There, she's about to strike.
Yeah, I hear it.
With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows.
Oh, you're definitely different. Don't think he had wings before. I'm wondering, is this kind of what we look like? Because her claws are almost similar to ours. Huh.
You're quick to react, swinging your blade, its tip intercepting her before she can draw first blood. She recoils, stunned for a brief moment. See, I told you. We needed to assert our might. We needed to prove to her that she can bleed too. She'll doubt her every move now. Her gleaming eyes watch you from the shadows, unblinking. There's fear in them now, but it is a fear wreathed in fury, and beneath it all lurks something far more primal. Hunger. Yes, she knows your strength now, and she wishes to devour it. How unseemly.
I'd like to see her try.
The princess lunges with even more ferocity than before. Both voices were right. Within that ferocity there is the clumsiness of doubt, a chaotic dance between impulse and restraint.
She also doesn't seem to be really talking to us anymore.
Not a word is spoken between you and the princess as you exchange blows in the dark. The glint of
Glad
bloody
he
claws and
acknowledges
fangs,
it as well.
flash of wet steel. In the pit, all of your senses are heightened, each injury stinging like a chorus of insects, each small shift in your favor a major victory that swells your confidence. And yet, for all the wounds you've managed to inflict upon her, you remain at a stalemate. And then you start to lose ground. While your body slows, hers quickens, her wounds mending as she licks the blood of her prey from her dripping maw.
So she really can devour our strength. Can we do something like that? All these wounds are starting to add up.
Yeah, well, someone definitely has a, devouring kink. That's all I can think of whenever they mention her continuous devouring stuff.
Nah, screw that. We're not stooping to her level. We'll just have to give this our all, end it in one final hit.
We die if we do that. We have to make ourselves like her. We have to embrace instinct.
Well, either way, we're probably gonna die some way.
She shifts towards you, her bloody grin shining in the dark. And then you see it. Your opening.
Take it.
Seeing her like this
Put
creeps
her
me
down
out.
like the mindless beast she is.
Here we got two options here. Okay, let's take the opening and strike at her.
You hurl yourself towards the princess, your movement too quick, too bold for her to intercept. You bury your blade deep in her chest.
Yes, yes, we're going out in a blaze of glory.
I'm not surprised that the stubborn is happy with this.
Nature doesn't have glory. This is just death.
Along with the rest of this game is about a lot of dying.
She howls in pain, retaliating with claws and teeth, desperately tearing, trying to devour you to make herself whole once again. Chunks of your flesh are torn away, feathers and blood and bits of gore splattering to the ground. But your work is already done.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that she needs to lash out one final time before she dies.
No sating of her ravenous hunger will be enough to mend her now. Though her flesh begins to seal itself around you, she cannot remove your blade from her heart.
Yeah.
You and
Start
the
with the
princess
crunching.
collapse to the floor together, your bodies fused, entwined in a bloody mass of limbs and teeth.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Of course you wouldn't. Sure, we masochists are very much enjoying this.
As the two of you fade, a new emotion creeps into the princess's eyes. Something akin to shame. What have we done? They ask.
I guess that's it. At least we saved the world. Right? Right?
He's gone. Everything is gone, except her and us.
And the
It doesn't
hands.
matter. We won.
Yeah, we're about to get yoinked. Princess's eyes speak again. Cold. Don't want to be cold. Yeah, here we go. Yep, bye-bye. And yada yada, don't get to it. She responds, things taken away.
She's gone.
Okay, back here at her. At this one again, got it. Like, looking at her like this creeps me the fuck out. Ugh. Yeah, but this time we are gonna embrace instinct.
You hurl yourself towards the princess's body, carving into her not with steel, but instead with tooth and claw. You are a blur of bloodied things that tear and rend. Yes, yes, we are not prey. We are more. The princess howls in fear and outrage as you peel away a chunk of her flesh. But as the bloody meat slides down your throat, you feel invigorated. Your wounds burn less, you feel faster, more responsive. Again, the more we take of her, the less she will be able to take of us. There is no time to rest if you're to do this right. She tries to bat you away with her massive paw, but as it smashes into your ribs, you clamp your teeth around the limb. You give her no time to react before snapping it from its joint.
Why is it always with the fucking bone crunching in this section? My God, they love the noises of this. Ugh, I hate it. But yeah, pretty much an eye for an eye, limb for limb.
The princess pulls back in pained shock as you crunch through bone, devouring the arm that was part of her. It's part of you now. Your wounds heal.
Huh, interesting. Also, for a change, we're actually biting her arm off instead of her biting it off herself.
That's disgusting. I don't want to do that.
You are the one who asked if we could do this, and if it means we win, well, we have to win. Victory demands we do whatever it takes to claim it.
I didn't think it would be so dehumanizing.
But we feel bigger than her now, don't we? The feeling doesn't linger. As you choke down the last of her severed arm, she lunges, taking advantage of the distraction. In a frenzied flash of blood and feathers, she rips into your side, swallowing another piece of you. Weakness returns. Her arm starts to mend itself, fresh claws sprouting from developing flesh.
God, this is so fucking gross.
We can't be small again. We have to take more. We have to take it now.
Yeah, I'm loving that it's taking a more body horror route on this one.
You descend upon her again, jaws gnashing, desperate to regain your power. You both lose yourself in the rhythm of the feast. You devouring her, and she devouring you. Mending and bleeding and consuming in an endless cycle. On and on and on.
Again with the noises. Got so many mouth noises and just.
Come on, just one more bite, then we'll have her right where we want her.
Am I really the only one who's not on board with this? I'm gonna be sick.
The more you consume, the more the lines that differentiate you and her begin to blur, the flesh of your bodies twisting into warped reflections of what you swallow. You have to snap out of this. You can't destroy her if you lose sight of yourself.
I mean, if you could stop with the bodily noises, it would help. I don't know why these noises gross me out more than the actual, like, blood and guts and whatnot.
We are the predator now. There is nothing to do but embrace our true nature. But words fade into hollow vibrations as you and she continue to tear at each other in the darkness. There are no beginnings. There are no endings. There are no moments of calm. There is only savage violence.
Oh, there goes the narrator.
Did you say no endings?
Well, there's plenty of endings in this game, just... which one do we want to go to? But he doesn't respond. He's gone.
But how are we supposed to know if we won?
We have won. We'll never die so long as we keep eating. We can be forever.
Yeah, no, she says so. But you and she are separated, flesh ripped from where it joins together. For forever can come to pass, You lock eyes. See a new emotion there. Shame. What have we done, they ask.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide, but the sounds are coming slower now. The breaths pained and stuttering. You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel, and she realizes this. Her arm goes limp, flopping to the dirt floor of the tunnel, and her eyes fall from yours, defeated. Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading.
Well, I do feel bad looking at her.
There's no way to get close without being in reach of those claws. We've come this far, but can we trust a creature that until a few short moments ago fully intended to eat us?
What an excellent question with an equally excellent answer. No, you should not help her. She's clearly just waiting for you to drop your guard. And beyond that, you do well to remember that she poses a threat to reality itself. You already have a weapon, and she's as vulnerable as she's ever going to be. How about you use it?
Okay, so yeah, now we've come back again to here, but we've tried luring her out. Okay, so we gotta approach her with my blade behind my back.
As you draw near, she readies her claws, raising them to strike. Don't flinch. Show her our resolve. If you're going to attack, might I suggest you do so quickly?
Okay, strike her hard.
Violence is still a mercy here. It's still help. Yeah, maybe this is what's best for everyone.
I still think leaving would have been best, but we haven't seen what happens after she dies. It could give us some answers.
You rush forward, your confidence carrying you with enough speed to avoid her desperate strike. Your blade sinks deep into her chest.
So we actually did it. Why does it feel so bad?
Killing the weak always does.
I don't think she's dead just yet.
She isn't. As you dig towards her heart, she howls with an earth-shattering shriek, and then...
We're at least taking her with us, right?
Yes.
Wouldn't have it any other
but
way.
not without paying a grave price. She lashes out, tearing you open.
Another death and we've still learned nothing. I knew leaving was the right answer. You should have listened to me.
It doesn't matter now. In her final moments, she made sure that there would be no way out for either of you. It's over.
Yep, and off we go. This is no true end, and you do not get the chance to see her die. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone.
Okay, well, we didn't take the blade for this, but now we've got two different options we could do. Okay, let's approach her first.
What are you doing? We could all just turn around and be done. What's your game?
You and I both know there's no game. He's made a bad choice. As you draw near, she readies her claws, raising them to strike. Don't flinch. Show her our resolve.
Yep, offer my hand.
You reach forward, offering the princess your hand. How ridiculous. She was about to kill you. Do you really think getting stuck in a tunnel for less than a minute has fundamentally changed her? Yes, She's a victim of her own nature, just like we are.
If all she wanted was to kill us, she'd have kept trying. But she's hesitating, isn't she?
Yes, she is. Her eyes shift from faux ferocity to confusion to a gentle sadness. She lowers her claw and places it in your hand. Ugh.
I love this. Narrator always seems to hate anything to do with us trying to be lovey-dovey.
Do you think we can pull her out of there?
We have to try. It's a bad death being stuck in place.
And what if it doesn't work? What if we can't trust her?
We have to trust someone else eventually. It's either him or her, and I know you don't trust him.
I don't even trust the rest of you, but that doesn't mean we have to go around pulling bloodthirsty monsters out of perfectly good traps.
But we haven't seen what happens if we help her. Doesn't that mean it's worth exploring?
I can't argue with that. Alright, let's see what happens. Maybe we'll finally get some answers.
Okay, pull her free.
You tug, but the princess remains stuck. What a shame that the bones of her massive form are too large to fit through the narrow tunnel.
Keep pulling. All he has are empty words. He can't undermine us if we don't listen.
You are all infuriating to work with. But fine, you continue to pull on the princess's arm and she starts to budge. She pushes with her back legs, clawing at the earth, a burst of strength aiding your efforts. The dirt and stone start to crumble around her.
Oh great, cave in. What a way to go.
That's the spirit. Keep going.
Yes, quickly, before the whole tunnel comes down on top of us.
Yes, wouldn't that be an interesting development? What if the very nature of this tunnel was such that you were incapable of leaving safely with the princess? How devious.
Oh great, we're giving the narrator ideas. Not what we want.
Does it collapse?
Yeah, it's gonna collapse.
Yes,
Yep.
it does. As you
Get
pull
to
the
it.
princess free, the tunnel around you does exactly what you thought it might do. It falls apart. Trapped. No, we have to get out. We have to get out.
It's too late to scramble for freedom now, little voice. You didn't think just pulling her out of there would be consequence-free, did you?
Well, the ceiling collapses. Heavy stones tumbling down on top of you and the princess, and I don't believe it.
Let me guess. Everything goes dark.
And we die.
No, not yet. You open your eyes to see the princess, her body stretched over yours, her face wincing as she shields you from the heavy rocks and debris. There is space enough for you to move, at least for now.
Oh, bless her. After everything we've been through, she's actually trying to save us.
I'll be damned. So there's more to her after all.
I'm starting to think I can fix her.
The pack is always stronger than the lone hunter. We save her, she saves us. She understands. Well, we can't keep saving each other forever. Her arms are already starting to give out, and there's a whole mountain of earth on top of her, just waiting to bury you both. We can always dig, both of us.
It beats suffocating to death down here in the dark.
Then let's do it.
Dig through the earth together.
You and the princess dig through the loose earth of the collapsed tunnel together. How
sweet.
But it seems the harder
I didn't
you try
realise
to
it
claw
was
your
gonna
way
say
forward,
that.
the denser the path becomes. All of this effort, and for what? A chance to end the world? I hope you fail. His words are nothing. Pay attention to what you feel and see. It doesn't matter if you ignore me, because I'm just telling you what's happening, and what's happening is that you and the princess are getting tired, and your mouths are full of dirt, and it's getting harder to breathe.
Harder to breathe is still breathing.
Well, either way, the two of you are miserable.
I don't know. I feel like we're forming a bond with her. Can't be all that bad if we're bonding.
She's not capable of bonding. Need I remind you that as soon as she saw you, she tried to eat you? You are not friends, and as soon as you're out, you'll see just how seriously she values your life.
If you were so sure we were going to fail, you wouldn't sound so desperate. You're just hot air. There's nothing of substance to you at all, is there?
I have plenty of substance. I have feelings and desires. Like my desire to save everyone in the world. I feel that very strongly.
Do you smell it? Fresh air.
Claw your way to freedom.
With one final massive heave of her body, the princess pushes her way out of the tunnel, leaving you behind in the quickly collapsing space you once shared. Yours was an alliance of convenience, just as I predicted. She has left you to die, buried and alone.
You are unbelievably petty.
And just now noticing that.
Oh, my pettiness is nothing compared to yours. You were delighting in my suffering and the damnation of the entire world just moments ago.
She hasn't left. She's coming back. Don't you hear her?
No, she isn't. She's...
How
Yeah,
many
there she
times
is.
do you have to be wrong before you stop talking?
The princess stares down at you from the opening. Before the tunnel can finish sealing itself, she cranes her elongated neck and gently plucks you from the earth.
Why are you making me feel things that should not be feeling? Didn't think I'd go for this princess, but making...
She carries you across the half-collapsed ruin that was a cabin, carefully setting you down by the door.
Yeah, making it definitely difficult for me to think otherwise now.
If there were to be a record, let it show that I tried. I really, really tried. But there won't be a record, will there?
Open a door and step into the wilds.
You open the door, the two of you stepping out into the fresh air and collapsing together onto the dewy grass of the outside.
And there he goes. Bye-bye, narrator.
We're outside, and there's ground beneath our feet. I don't see any oblivion. Admit it. There never was an end of the world coming, was there?
Well, definitely seeing something, alright. Does not reply.
Yeah, we got him there, didn't we? Don't think
Yeah,
I've
we
ever
sure
seen
showed
him
him.
stunned into silence before.
Can't you feel the hole where he was? He's gone.
Now it's gonna get cold.
Can't see that.
I'm not sure gone is good.
Princess rests her head close to you. Eyes stare into yours amid the untextured threads the world unravels. Are we free? They ask. I'm cold. I don't want to be cold. But you don't get the opportunity to respond. Something has taken her away, and has left something else in her place.
She's gone.
Okay, now to turn back for the blade.
You turn back towards the exit, leaving her behind. But the tense silence of the tunnel is suddenly interrupted by the panicked, guttural wails of a creature in distress. She has redoubled her struggle against the confines of the earth around her, the very walls shaking as she desperately thrashes against them.
She is stuck here, right?
Of course, it's too small for her to get up here.
But is up here stable?
I don't know. I didn't think about that when I started to plan all this.
I mean, are you the skeptic? Should you plan for, like, all types of things? Was that the paranoid
It's only
job?
dirt and stone, and she is very, very big. Hurry!
You do your best to scramble up towards the exit, but you barely manage to get halfway before the ground beneath you begins to crumble. and she is getting closer, her breath hot on the back of your neck.
Damn it all. This whole thing is just an exercise in futility, isn't it?
No words, only action. Keep running. But the tunnel collapses before either you or the princess manage to reach the exit.
Great, another cave-in.
Everything goes dark and we die? Oh no, you're perfectly fine. You're just buried under literal tons of earth, as is the princess.
Why, for the love of everything, did I not think about the stability of the tunnels? I'm supposed to be smarter than this. I'm supposed to have a plan for everything.
This is all my fault. I was the one who started worrying about this place falling apart.
Yes, pity you guys wouldn't remember any of this, otherwise, yeah, we could have easily planned for it.
And what, you think worrying made the tunnel collapse?
I don't know. Maybe.
It was physics. You can't change things just by thinking about them. That's ridiculous.
Bickering and bickering doesn't matter, because now we're here, stuck in a dark place. Not a place to move, not even room to dig.
Quite literally stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Something shifts in the gloom around you. An eye opens. The wet glint of it pierces the darkness, its pupil focused on you. The princess. At least she's as stuck as you are. Not that it'll do much good in the end. Stuck is still alive, but it's not alive forever. I can smell the end all around us. Sweet and empty. This is where we die. I'm going to lie down now. The eye stares at you with resignation, a glimmer of regret. Are we going to be here forever? Is this my fault?
Ooh, okay, come on, you have to give us something, just a little wiggle room.
If we had wiggle room, he would have said we had wiggle room.
He's right. There's nothing I can do here. I'm sorry. No more circles to run in. It's time to sleep.
Yes, this is your fault. This is my fault. I should have done things differently. I'm sorry. This isn't anyone's fault. I know whose fault this is, and it isn't ours. Yeah, I'll do this one. This is my fault. I should have done things differently. I'm sorry.
A tear clouds the eye. It's okay. It isn't. If this is the end, don't reconcile with this creature. Revile her. This is her fault. She did this.
We all know where this is going, so get on with it.
All right. I'll go into extra detail. Just for you.
Gee, thanks.
The weight of the world you have destroyed rests on your chest. It both crushes and cradles you, holding your lungs in a stasis where you can never take in quite enough breath for comfort. Your limbs ache, muscles screaming in their locked positions, one arm slowly growing numb as your blood struggles to reach it. There is dirt in your eyes. They fill with tears.
Okay, I think that's enough. We get the picture. Skip to the everything goes dark part, please.
No, not quite yet. I haven't even gotten to the starvation. Or the thirst. That gnawing that starts as a nibble. A little reminder that despite it all, you're still alive.
You're enjoying this a little too much for my liking.
You can see that she too feels herself being eaten from the inside. Her gaze never leaves you. Any semblance of thought has vanished, replaced with a desire for the only thing that can sate her hunger. You can feel a strain as your parched mouth attempts and fails to water. But even with a dry tongue, your hunger is such that you can't help but think about what her flesh might taste like.
Don't think I'll forget how much you're enjoying this, you sick bastard.
Don't worry, the end is close. Your mind grows cloudy as your blood slows, your chest trying to suck in enough oxygen to feed your starved muscles, your bruised ribs doing little more than bumping up against hard, packed dirt. You aren't even sure you have limbs anymore, whether the vacant ache where they once were is just the memory of limbs. Any second, you might breathe in one last shallow
And there he blows.
Well, are we almost done yet?
He's gone. And we're somewhere new. Is this what happens when we really die?
You know the princess will ever draw that final breath, because neither of you dies here. As the world around you unwinds, she places her head at your feet. I'm cold, say her eyes. I don't want to be cold.
Your body is sluggish and unresponsive, actively fighting against you, but you do your best to stagger forward. One step at a time, you move towards the princess.
Slitting your throat would have been a mercy, but it seems you're in need of a harsher lesson. Plunge that knife into your lungs.
No, sorry, we need to slay you.
Don't! As you take another step forward, the blade digs into your ribs, slicing through flesh with ease. It somehow feels like an entirely natural thing to do, while the simple act of walking has become an arduous impossibility. Then it slides back out, the wound burning as a small hiss of air escapes through the fresh orifice. Blood fills your lungs.
Now, do it again. Keep doing it until I give you permission to stop.
As much as I would love to do whatever you tell me to do, we unfortunately cannot do that.
Those are just words. You don't have to listen to her. It's what she wants. You, heroic one, what are you doing? Don't just let this happen. Stop him from killing you. I'm on it. Your other hand locks around your wrist, struggling to keep it from perforating vital organs. But the blade still flails towards you, managing to slice bits of skin that plop to the floor to join the growing pile of blood and gore beneath you. Despite the pain, you manage to keep yourself in one piece, at least for now.
What a pitiful display. A wounded little bird thinking it can defy a god. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to hurt so much. You can choose a gentle end. You can choose to leave that punctured vessel for the next.
Nope, sorry, but I gotta slay you.
Or you can pathetically struggle against yourself until the floor of this temple is painted with the bloody impressions of your futility.
You continue to approach the princess, even as the repeated gouges of your blade expose bone and muscle to the open air of the basement.
You know, this would be a lot easier if you gave us a hand.
My influence only goes so far, and I can only juggle so many things at once. The best I can do right now is to continue to drive you forward. Believe me, this whole ordeal would be so much easier if I didn't have to contend with free will.
Yeah, we could do with an extra hand or two. But if we had the voice of the paranoid, that'd be able to keep us alive.
You're the one making things difficult. You're the one making us hurt. She doesn't want to hurt us. She's just doing what she has to.
Stop.
As you finish crossing the room, you fall to your knees at the princess's feet, your chest heaving as your blood pools in the crevices of the stone floor, the coppery taste coating your throat. The princess kneels down, lifting your chin with her finger as her face lowers to yours.
I'm sorry for slaying you. You can do whatever you want with me.
Your devotion is misplaced. You've surrendered to delusion. But something about your defiant spirit speaks to me. You are different than you were before. Perhaps, if you've learned your lesson, I can spare you from the release of death.
Can you give me a piece?
There's a place at my side for you, if you'll have it. Not as an equal, but as something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet.
God, that's so tempting.
Well, that's demeaning, isn't it? Yes, how thoughtful of her. It's a mercy. Take it. I think he's given up whatever say he had at the start of all this. At least one of you is sane. She's within striking distance, and she's only negotiating now because she knows you have what it takes to put an end to her. Seize the moment before it's too late.
Yep, sorry, but I gotta do this. For the law.
Yes, though your body trembles, struggling to defend itself in the face of the princess's overwhelming will, you finally manage to break through, darting to her side before she can react. The wind of your freedom rushes through you, and you channel it into a decisive blow, stabbing into the soft flesh of her ankle and severing the tendons in an act of unyielding defiance. She falls to the floor, crashing unceremoniously to her knees. But you don't give her any time to recover. Your heart pounding with determination, you plunge your blade into her chest. As you find your target again and again, she laughs, crude emotion breaking through her once stony composure as your blade cuts her flesh. We can do this, can't we? You always could. The decision to give you this task was not made lightly. You're here for a reason.
It's not too late to pick up the pieces. It's not too late to toss that blade aside and beg for forgiveness.
Man, I wish I could be with you on that one right now, but...
Shut up.
I can't believe you would actually strike me. You heathen! You worm! You defiler! You don't know the consequences of your arrogance!
Before you can strike the final
Ow,
blow, the
my
princess
face.
lashes out, knocking you off your feet. There's an unsettling wet pop as your spine breaks, numbness and pain spreading through your body. As you rebound towards the ceiling in a moment of disorientated lightness, she drives her fist into your chest.
Ow. I mean, kinda deserved.
Your body is crushed as she pulverizes you into the floor, the ground itself breaking from the impact.
If only I was crushed between her thighs.
You lie there, broken, beyond pain, unable to even see what she's done to you. But the princess is succumbing to her own wounds as well. She looks down upon her body in abject horror and disgust.
You made me use my hands. I can feel myself twisting into something new, something dull, something defiled. What have you done to me?
You're monsters and conspirators. I can't bear to watch this.
The princess has been nothing but cruel to you. You should feel liberated by her fall.
But I don't feel liberated. I feel empty.
And broken is definitely speaking on the heart. That heart being mine.
Aside from the pain, I feel fine. She collapses to the floor. Her glassy eyes watch, unblinking, yet somehow still full of anguish and fear as the two of you perish together. I suppose we were never gonna get a happy ending here, were we?
Yeah, there seems to be a lack of happy endings in this game.
Don't let those be your final thoughts. You saved the world. That's worth something. I guess. Regardless of how you feel about it, it's finally over. Thank you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
On to chapter 3, The Fury.
You're on a path in the woods. And at the end of the path... Okay, what the hell is that?
This is the broken. And also my heart crying out. Wanting to kill my love. Continue sobbing. I'm sorry, but I can't take this seriously.
I think he's upset.
Just a little bit.
What's he got to be upset about? We just killed a god.
Exactly. You heathens destroyed the most beautiful thing that ever was, and ever will be.
Now you're speaking my language.
Can't say I have much sympathy for you. She was bad for us and you almost got us killed.
But yet she felt so good.
You're being too generous. He did get us killed. Alright, enough chatter. Got a thing I'm supposed to do, and if you don't mind, I'd like to do it without any more interruptions. Okay, great, you're listening. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a... If your thing is telling us about the princess, don't waste your breath. We know all about her, and it's hardly a path in the woods at this point, is it? Look, if the world around you is changing, especially all the way out here...
Okay, apparently we already read through that, but anyway, I forget that we can do these explore
if I'm
things.
speaking my mind, it's not like I've ever really gotten a say in things.
Yeah, I forgot that there's new dialogue for these.
What a crock of shit. Yeah, you stabbed us last time. Repeatedly.
It didn't even work. It doesn't count.
We died. If you didn't submit to her, for all we know, that wouldn't have happened.
I mean, it was worth it.
It's the punishment you all deserved for not listening to me. To her.
Aside from our sulking friend, I don't think we have much to worry about. You're still the one in charge here, and I don't think that's ever going to change. Second he tries something, I'll put a stop to it.
If we hit this point in the return you mentioned, then what happens?
Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens. Yeah, but is there something after the end? How am I supposed to know? The end means finality. It's not like I can just peek on over to the other side and tell you what it's like there, if there even is a there. It doesn't matter because we're going to win. Now that's exactly the sort of mindset I like to see. Don't let yourself be consumed with self-doubt. Don't flirt with oblivion. Just focus on the present and everything will be absolutely fine.
Okay, well, let's proceed to the cabin.
Good, we're all on the same page. It isn't long, that's it. I'd rather not waste any more time. I'm sure that any advice I'd give at this point is something you've already heard.
Yep, that is
If
true.
there's still a princess at the cabin, maybe we can salvage things. Maybe if we just grovel and apologize, things can go back to how they were before.
If only it was that easy.
Oh, cut
If
it out,
only.
will you? We need to be tough right now, and you're making it so much harder than it has to be, so stop whining. The interior of the cabin is but that is
Yeah, whatever.
You did this.
The only furniture of note is a pulsating pedestal.
Yeah,
A
don't like that
pristine
they used
blade perched on
pulsating.
its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. A mirror? There is no mirror. There's the pedestal, the blade sitting on the pedestal, just to tell us where the door is. I'd like to get back to fighting, and if you want us to kill her so bad, I'm sure you feel the same. No more messing around. I don't know what to tell you. There isn't a mirror because I would know if there was a mirror. You're either seeing things or you're confused on the definitions of door and mirror. Or you're seeing things. That seems far more likely. What are you trying to say exactly?
He thinks we've lost it. That we're succumbing to madness, that something in us has broken.
That's an unnecessarily melodramatic way to describe a hallucination, but sure. I'm not going to waste time arguing with any of you. It's in our way. Let's just...
Okay, for this round we're gonna take the blade.
You take the blade from the pedestal. Good.
Yep, and approach the mirror, door, whatever
Step
you want to
forward
fucking
and
call
approach
it.
the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it. As if you don't see it. You really don't, do you? How strange. It's a bit grimy. Wipe what clean? Are you still on about that mirror? It's not real. I'd know about it if it were real. No, we can't doubt our eyes like that. It has to be real.
Smash it. Smash it to pieces. It's the only thing keeping us from her.
Don't you want to know what we'll see in there? We won't be able to see anything if we smash it.
Nah, I'm with him on this one. Smash it! Let's get violent already.
Do whatever you want with it. The mirror...
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we never get to see it in this world, so smash
You
it
bring
it
your
is.
fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. As if on command, it slowly slides open, scraping against the stone floor, its ancient
Okay, we've already
hinges
read to that,
moaning as it
apparently.
reveals the
Okay,
dim
was 7
path
attendance on my
ahead.
ascension not enough? Was it not enough to render my divine heart?
Come, see the horrors you've wrought upon my flesh, and feel my hands set upon your throat. See how you've soured my once divine melody.
She's so angry with us. Why? Why did you desecrate her? Why couldn't I stop you?
If I had the choice, I would, but it's for the lore. Want to find out more lore.
You've got to stop thinking about her like that. It isn't doing anyone any good.
She's not some untouchable god. She's an abomination, and we're going to put an end to her once and for all.
Whatever she is now is our fault. If she's an abomination, then what does that make us?
She was going to end the world last time. If I might interject, you didn't make her into an abomination. She's always been what she is. It's why you're here, and it's why your task is so important.
Okay, we'll continue down the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood, a deep, sickening red that drips down in clotted streams onto the charred corpses that then, with a nauseating sound, the skin tears.
Screw that. We can win. We've done it before and we'll do it again, only this time we'll make it out the other side. Hell, she's practically done most of the work for us.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Words are not repentance. Apologies are paid for only in flesh and deed. And flesh works for me.
She bounds across the room, her fists ready, her heart set upon your destruction. With a horrifying squelch, you are unwound. No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that.
I mean, I wish she could be doing something to our other stuff, but unfortunately that is not the case.
She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but reality is reality.
You should all just be grateful she's decided to keep us alive. Even in her defilement, she is merciful.
We're not out for the count just yet.
Okay, well, what have we got? A lot of things. Okay, well, let's start from the top. Maybe not. You down cheater, give me back my insides. Killed you last time, I swear on everything that I'm gonna find a way to kill you again. I killed you last time because you were going to end the world. Sorry for what I did to you, but you did horrible things to me too. Yeah, we'll go with that one.
But the words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves you is a wet and horrible gurgling as tissue vibrates out of place.
Yeah.
Our metaphorical mouth.
You don't have the means to speak anymore, do you? How tragic. It is tragic, though, isn't it? I'm not satisfied dividing fear and indignation from your eyes alone. A quivering mound of flesh is no companion.
She snaps her fingers, and the basic form of a vocal system assembles before you.
Looks a little too phallic to be a vocal system, at least to me.
Now, little bird, what was it you wanted to tell me?
I'm sorry. Ew, I don't like it moving.
Apologized, and I already refused to accept it. I thought it might be pleasant to hear you grovel. I thought your misery might bring music back to my ears. But all it does is stoke my hatred of you. All it does is remind me that I was brought low by a sniveling wretch.
We're no sniveling wretch. We destroyed her. Now act like it.
She destroyed us far more easily than we destroyed her. She has it right. We are wretched. We are sniveling.
I don't think you speak for the rest of us.
He speaks for me. That's what
Maybe I
counts.
shouldn't have given you the gift of speech after all. Maybe I should take it back.
Just submit already. What is there left for us to do?
It's hopeless. Submit.
Yes, it is hopeless. This is what we deserve.
Pathetic. I can't believe we have to share a body.
Let's see how deep we need to dig to find the defiant little spark of your soul. This will hurt you.
Something infiltrates you. Though you do not see it, you feel it, slithering into your disaster of a body, seeping into the gaps between your molecules. The body of a sapient creature has, on average, 30 trillion cells, and each one of those cells is composed of 100 trillion some odd atoms. One of those cells is peeled from the others. 100 trillion atoms are gone.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
Yes? I think. Then 2 are peeled away. Then 4.
This is nothing. Nothing.
8. 16. 32. 64.
Whatever is happening to us, it's happening faster.
128. 256. 512.
We're gonna be here for a while still. There's trillions of
Are you
these.
still there? Are you still you?
I mean, we're still here, but I don't know how much of us is still left.
1024. 2048. 4096. 8192.
I feel small. Smaller than before.
16,384. 32,768. 65,536.
You can't just count us into oblivion.
131,000.
Yeah, I think that's what he's gonna do. Can't really describe much else.
262,144. 524,288. What happens when it gets higher? Like, really higher?
Yeah. Well, can we just cut to the chase where everything goes dark and we die?
Nothing. Just like nothing's happening now.
But something is happening now. Something in us is liquefying. Something that started small but that keeps getting bigger.
1,048,000. The hundreds don't matter anymore.
Are you still there? Are you still you?
2,096,000. 4,192,000. 8,384,000. I don't like this waiting.
Me neither. It's just kind of zoning out.
Waiting for something to happen. But it's taking so long.
What's happening to her?
16,768,000. 33,536,000. 67,072,000. Your eyes are useless. 134 million. The thousands don't matter anymore. Your blood begins to go places it shouldn't.
I mean, like where? Like, blood is pretty much everywhere in my body.
Are you still there?
Yeah, you said this
There's the
before
pain.
already.
I can feel it now. But we can handle this. We can't let her win.
We can't handle anything. We're at her mercy.
268 million. We don't need to count anymore. Your lungs fill with liquid. You smell things you shouldn't. You choke on pieces of what used to be you.
I mean, if we're only smelling her, I don't mind.
Doesn't matter, because we're still alive.
And she is slowly unwinding.
You are deconstructed.
And everything's
you are
gone.
reconstructed. A square you. A
A
round
square.
you. A you with too many legs. A you with many mouths which won't stop screaming. Then all of it pressed into a ball, tightly packed into the size of a fist. What does you even mean anymore? We just keep changing into horrible things we can't control. Make it stop, please. Make it stop. Please make it stop.
You means we exist. There has to still be a way for us to win. Otherwise this would be pointless, and all this torture would be for nothing.
You're right about one thing. It is torture. But it isn't pointless. The whole point is that it's torture.
Are you still there?
Yeah, we're still there, unfortunately.
Yes.
The ball is unraveled into the shape of a body. The skin peels off in a corkscrew. The eyes are plucked. The organs arranged in the air in a neat row.
Ew. There's so many organs within us. Surprised at how much of this can actually fit inside our body.
Are you still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Yes.
You are stretched into a line 12 feet long, then 24, then 48. The line gets thinner as you get longer. A mile. 2. 4. 8.
Of course, you're still doing the counting thing, which is really annoying.
Are you still...
Yeah, we're still here.
16. 32. 64.
No.
And then, all at once, there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate threads that once were you fall dutifully back into place. You are whole again, and in your body, the same body you arrived in. The princess stands before you, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen.
It's all hollow. I ripped you to pieces. I broke your will, but it means nothing. I am forever a piece unfinished, a song with no refrain.
Ooh. Okay, why do you keep me alive? Been here so long. Everyone is gone. No one else here. I can't feel anything anymore. But still I'm here watching. There is nothing for you to say.
We're so different. How could I ever hope for you to understand me?
She stands, arms outstretched, neck craned, gaze transfixed on something unseen above you both.
But perhaps there is a way to grant you understanding. Perhaps there is a way to make myself whole once more.
You are unwound again.
And I thought we already went through this.
But it's different this time. Nothing slithers into your cells. You can feel something changing inside of you. But you see her changing too.
Are we becoming one or something?
Threads, strands of you, becoming pieces of something new. Something that's both you and her. Oh no, absolutely not. You have to stop this. Do you hear me? You have to stop this, or the entire world ends.
Bye-bye. I mean, I did want to get inside of you at one point, but, not this kind of inside. There is nothing left to stop anything. Your consciousness drifts towards hers.
Yes. Yes. See me as I have had to see you.
You do see a towering heart, wounded and wounded in a wound, one that is familiar to you if distant.
No, this isn't right. I feel cold.
And there she goes, or at least what's left of her. Tethers that started to form between you have snapped. Your union has been halted. It's time for you to leave. Emery returns. Ew, she's holding all the intestines.
Flickering lights, an empty cityscape.
Yep, whatever, we've been here, done that.
Skin flayed and organs flapping, you charge towards the princess.
I don't like how they all moved and jiggled as I tried to run forward.
That's right. She'll never stop us.
Still you defy your god. I've made the mistake of underestimating your resolve before. Never again.
You swing for her heart. What's left of you explodes.
Ew.
So that's it. It's over, just like that.
Of course it's over. It's been over since the very first moment we laid eyes on her.
This is the final note of your discordant melody. You will not return again, because you will live in that single tone forever.
No! No! It's not over! We're a god killer! We've returned from death itself twice!
Didn't you hear her? We're not dead.
What's the difference? From many perspectives, there isn't one, but functionally, that is, from your perspective, the difference is massive. You are entirely laid bare, spread to each corner of the room, yet you are wholly aware of the state you're in, incapable of movement, but entirely capable of perception. In fact, perceiving your state is the only thing you can currently do. You are preserved, perfectly, in the amber of her torment.
We're more than this. We've lost bodies before. We just have to lose this one and make another.
Oh, here we go. We're supposed to lose this one.
I don't know. You're the one who makes things happen, so make it happen.
It's going to get worse. It gets worse every time we get to a new cabin.
Who said anything about getting to a new cabin? No, we make something new here.
It won't matter if you do. She'll just pull us apart again.
And preferably, we make something without him.
Here, shed this vessel for the next.
Absolutely not. I refuse to let you just decide to die with your task unfinished. If you die here, the world is doomed.
But you do die. This is a great release as you lose your grip on what's left of your flesh and blood. Yet you are still here.
Your Honor, where the hell are you? Are you already at the Princess?
This place is different. Rotten. Death all around us. I want to go back.
So you've returned already, and I remain here. Is this our final destination?
The Princess tilts her head to look at you, and with a gesture, you are unwound. Again? Already?
Clearly I left you with too much room last time. Perhaps this cell will hold you better.
You know what to do. Again.
Die again. It's the only thing we're good at. Again you relinquish your body. And again you find yourself here, but somewhere else.
Your Honor,
She's gorgeous. Absolutely divine.
Hey, Smitten. Nice to see you again.
You, guy who describes things, you better start saying what we do this time.
and what are you doing?
Attacking her, obviously.
Right. You charge towards the princess and...
There
We die.
is no spark in you, only matter devoid of life.
you explode.
Again.
And again. Well, this certainly is a view that I could get used to. Let yourself go, and you are living once more.
You're on a path. We are not on a fucking path. I have no idea where we are.
We're in the middle of a fight, so act like it.
So you are. Okay, you dive towards the princess and... We're
Explode.
unwound. Yes, her head swivels creakily on her neck, fire in her eyes as your body unravels with blinding pain.
No!
Again.
Again. You have no body. You exist. You are reborn.
You're on a...
No time. You narrate now.
Yes, of course. Pristine blade grasped firmly in your hands, you fly towards the princess before she can turn to face you. We might actually do it this time.
I can feel that body of yours slicing through the air. How many more times will I have to scatter you?
As she turns towards you, the very essence of your being begins to flake away. Your muscles, then organs, then nerves laid bare and screaming as the rest of you is stripped of substance.
Oh, boo-hoo. It's just a body.
It just needs to last long enough to sink this blade into her heart.
But it doesn't last. You are disintegrated. Everything goes dark.
And it gets cold. But there is no you to die.
How many times do I need to pulverize you before you finally understand? You are nothing. An empty void that dared to dream it was alive.
That feels right.
If we're nothing, then why are we still here?
Because we always have been. If we're nothing, then how can we do anything? The same way we always have. Being nothing has never stopped us. Now end this. End her.
You cannot win if you cannot be.
End this. Horse races towards the princess's exposed heart. Threads of texture pulled from an all-encompassing nothing.
How? I scattered the atoms you clung to and there was nothing there to find. You can't exist.
Threads pierce her heart, cradle her spirit.
It's over.
Oh, I think I understand you now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do the things I did to you. I don't think I knew what I was doing.
She sounds genuine. They always do in the end.
It's cold, but I'm going to be okay, right?
You're joking, right? I'm just going to pretend that you're joking.
Yeah, you better be joking. We can't win unless you take this seriously.
I'm just gonna die and just come back to life anyway, so...
Why? You didn't want to talk last time. Are you scared I'm going to kill you again?
Not really. You've already been here one too many times. But yeah, I'm just going through this again, because we need to go back to the Fury chapter, but through the adversary, or yeah, chapter 2, the adversary instead of the tower one. So, to get more lore, so... I'm not saying I'm not here to fight, but I think the two of us have a few things to unpack.
What is there
Okay,
to
we haven't
unpack?
done this.
I was dead and now I'm not, and the same goes for you. There. Unpacking done.
At least you're right to the
Get
point.
it? We've been given free rein to wail on each other. Forever.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Right. Hey, don't worry, I'm always up for a good fight. In fact, the only reason I came down here without a weapon is because having a knife felt unfair.
Then why are
Oh,
you
we
just standing?
read through that. I could either free you.
Free her? You aren't. I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of the situation.
Who says I want to be free?
Okay, if you don't want to be free, then what do you want?
I want the two of us to fight to the death. I want to feel your knife split my flesh, and I want to hear your bones snap beneath my fists. Is that really too much to ask?
Yeah, especially that last part. Don't be such a coward. I'm just being cautious. If it comes to violence, we can find a way to deal with her that doesn't involve throwing our life away. I'd rather not die again, and I find it deeply disturbing that you seem to relish the thought of it. Because it doesn't matter if we die again. It'll just be another opportunity to have the fight of our life. We don't know that for sure, and I'd rather not bet on it.
Yeah, I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet.
And why not? You decided what to do with me quickly enough last time. Are you scared I'm going to kill you again? Maybe you're worried I'll put you down for good this time. If you want to talk, I guess I can talk. But you should come a little closer first.
Right, sure. Sure, let's step closer. What could possibly go wrong?
You take a cautious step towards the princess, unarmed. I wish I could believe you know what you're doing, but you clearly don't. You stop a few feet short of her reach, her chains taut as she stares down at you. She's a lot bigger than I thought she was. Why do you sound so scared? We can take her.
Well, what do you want? Because every second we waste talking is a second we could spend killing each other instead.
Can we just, I don't know, spar a little? Maybe there's a compromise where we can all get what we want, nobody has to die, and then the world doesn't have to end.
Sparring? That's just play fighting. It isn't real. What's real is when my flesh splits open. What's real is when you keep getting up until your legs can't hold you. What's real are the things we do to each other when the only options left are winning and dying. That is the only thing I'm interested in.
If all you want to do is fight me, does that mean you won't end the world?
The world? If there's a world, I haven't seen it. There's you, and there's me, and there's the ground beneath our feet. Why would I care about ending something I've never seen?
So you're just fine locked away in here. You really don't want to be free?
Here you go again, talking about my freedom.
The princess glances down at her chains.
If you're talking about these, they're nothing.
She steps forward, her bindings creaking under the pressure of her strength. And then they snap. It was only a matter of time, but she's loose.
Dear Lord. What do we do?
Admire her muscles and abs?
Oh, if only there was some sort of weapon you could use to fight a world-ending monstrosity. I wonder where you might find one of those.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just do exactly what I've been telling you to do since the second we got here. Take the blade. Fight her. kill her and win.
What? Did you think you were safe standing right outside my grasp? The only reason I haven't drawn blood is because I want to make sure that your heart is in it. I don't like fighting someone with a weak spirit. But go ahead. Keep trying my patience.
You were put down here for a reason. I was sent to kill you for a reason. Don't you care what that reason is?
I don't need to care, because I already know what I am. I've already found my purpose.
The princess flashes a sinister grin.
You.
Does she mean her purpose is killing us?
Just like our purpose is to kill her, so...
No, she means fighting us. She means both of us getting stronger through sheer pain and will, the fear of death no longer able to hold us back. Just go and pick up the blade already. I'm sick of all this anticipation. We're ready.
What happened after you died?
I woke up, didn't you?
I mean... you're different.
I know. You already told me.
Yeah, the basement is different.
I like it. It's so cramped. Like the only way out of here is through each other.
Or we could just walk single file out of here.
That's right, not everything has to be so violent.
That's pathetic. I would never do that, and I hate that you even suggested it.
I mean, it was worth a try. You don't have any wounds.
You don't either.
Fair point. Doesn't any of this bother you? Don't you care about what you are?
Ugh, I care, okay? I guess I just care differently than you. When I saw you come back down here, I thought you would understand. I thought that we would want the same thing. But all you've done is ask me annoying little questions. It's like you don't even want to enjoy being alive.
Oh, I wish you could hear me right now. I want to enjoy being alive. I want to fight.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that. Yeah, I'm not going to fight you.
What are you trying to do? Do you think pacifism is going to win her over? Because it won't.
Yeah, but we'll get us to the Fury chapter,
Right.
which we need to get to.
This isn't fun. This isn't interesting. It's pathetic and cowardly and boring.
Is that so? Let's see if you still feel that way once I start beating you.
You don't see the impact, and you can't say for sure if you even feel it. But you hear your bones splinter, and you can feel your feet leave the floor as you're hurled bodily into the unflinching stone wall.
We're fine.
Are we fine? Are we really? No, you're obviously not fine. Your body is broken.
Enough games. Go upstairs, pick up that knife, and fight me.
I can't get up.
Stop moping. You're fine. Now get up.
If you insist.
What are you made of? Tissue paper? I didn't hit you that hard.
You sure about that? It sounded like a hard hit. Might as well just kill me, because you're not going to change my mind.
Is this a trick? Are you tricking me? Because why would you? Why wouldn't you? Ah!
The princess's shoulders tense with fury as she storms towards you. You can see her face flush, her knuckles going white as she clenches her fists, her entire body trembling with a burning rage.
Can't believe you're making me watch this.
Fine. If you want to die like a pathetic little worm, you can die like a pathetic little worm.
I guess I'll see you all next time.
Yeah.
She reaches down and grabs you by the throat, lifting your limp form and slamming it forcefully against the wall. Her eyes twitch as her grip tightens around your neck.
Why are all these suddenly Why all these routes are making me rethink and maybe want to fix her. Man, this is a view I like.
She sure is taking her time, isn't she?
Well, she can take all the time she wants.
Why? Why are you letting me do this? Why are you making me do this? Why won't you fight back?
Why do I always have a weakness for muscle mummies? And also very tall women. Oh well. What do we got? Because death doesn't matter anymore, does it? Finding, not finding, what does any of it matter? All of it ends the same way.
It matters. I like fighting you.
Her grip hardens. Do you feel a horrific pop in your neck? She releases you, your numb body crumpling to the stone floor as your vision starts to fade.
What am I supposed to do without you?
I guess I'll see you all next time. I can say that now, right? We're dead? Great. I can't wait to be stuck in this useless body all over again. I won't be seeing you, but I suppose something like me will. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Right, and we're back into the Fury again.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path,
I think I've heard this one before. Does it involve a princess? Are you trying to get us to do your dirty work?
yes, so you've been here before, and died here before.
Yeah. Twice.
And it's going to be a lot more than that if we don't suck it up and actually fight her this time.
You didn't fight her.
Yeah, we just kind of let her kill us.
She wanted a rematch, and we wanted to see what would happen if we didn't give it to her. She got so very, very angry with us. And you got so very angry with us too. It was amusing.
Yeah, everybody got angry.
I'm sorry,
And then we
you thought
died.
that was amusing. I thought we were breaking a cycle of violence. I thought we were practicing pacifism in the face of mortal peril. I thought we were being brave. Heroic, even.
Oh, you're funny. There's no such thing as heroism when you can never truly die. All we did was look at the same old thing from another angle.
Oh, will both of you just shut up?
As we've now established, you've already been here, and based on your behaviour, I think we can all agree that things are not going well.
When is it ever going well in
Look,
this game?
you're nearing the point of no return. Whatever happens next, that's it. There won't be any more do-overs. So you'd better take things seriously.
It feels like I'm being pulled in 100 different directions. You better all listen to me when the time comes to make a choice.
I've never made you do anything you didn't want to do yourself. It'll be interesting to see what happened to her. She was so fiery last time. I wonder if we've managed to douse that flame.
You'd better hope not. I liked her spark.
Hope not. Is that some kind of threat? What could you possibly do to me?
Wouldn't you like to find out, you chilly little freak?
I mean, there's definitely gonna be a lot of freaks watching this and playing this game, so...
Come on, let's not fight. We've done enough of that already.
Yeah, if we hit this point of no return you mentioned, then what happens?
Then what happens? Have you even been listening? It's the end is what happens. Good for you, but your opinion on the matter doesn't count.
How convenient.
Thanks.
As soon as you get an answer to life's great mysteries, it doesn't count.
Moving on.
Right. Yeah. Okay, let's proceed to the cabin.
Good, we're all on the
Okay,
same.
right, over through that. Fine by me, let's get moving. I'm itching for a rematch. Yeah, let's proceed.
The interior of the cabin is a place that feels long
read through
forgotten.
this. It's just
There
me.
was once
If you
an
cut it
elegance to its
open, I'm
construction,
sure we'd
carved
look
marble
the same
That's
inside.
why it's horrible. And that attitude is why you're miserable. The only furniture of note is the blade. You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open. Do whatever you want with it. You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement.
Okay, so you returned after denying me the salvation of combat. Are you here to gloat? Are you here to mock what I've become?
Do you think that if you let me kill you enough times, I'll suddenly soften and repent for sins that live solely in your head? Well, we've tried that, haven't we? Now come down and see what your refusal has done to me. See how—
Oh,
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to skip.
changed her, have we? I'm intrigued.
Okay, continue down the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. The chamber's walls are painted in blood.
Yeah, we already
a deep,
read through all
sickening
this.
red that drips down in clotted
I like this
streams
one.
onto
Let's
the
see her
charred
do the
corpses that make
Let's
up
see if
its
she can
floor.
make us actually feel something.
Whatever she wants to make us feel, I think it's gonna be bad. But bad is so much more interesting than numb.
Gah! Stop it with all this talk about feelings. The only feeling that matters is the rush of victory.
We don't even have a weapon.
It doesn't matter. I refuse to go out any way that isn't kicking
yeah,
and
we're gonna be fine.
screaming.
Still unarmed, you charge towards the princess.
It's now or never. Let's make it a beautiful blaze of glory.
With a horrifying squelch.
Yeah, and then we...
You are. No, that's our stuff. She can't just do that. She just did. Unfortunate, I know, but.
Oh, it's like I said. Our insides do look like the cabin. In the end, we're all just meat.
In the end, just because she's ripped us open doesn't mean this is over.
How is it not over?
Don't think that I'll allow you death here. I've made that mistake before. No, you will suffer until you see in me what I have seen in you.
That's how. It would seem, somehow, that she is keeping you alive.
A challenge, then. Sure. Let's see how far we can take this.
We can attempt to die. What am I supposed to see?
But the words don't leave your metaphorical mouth. Instead, all that leaves you is a wet and horrible gurgling as tissue vibrates out of place. Our metaphorical mouth.
Oh, I didn't leave you a mouth, did I? It's better that way. Words get us nowhere. They aren't music. They aren't dance. They aren't healing.
Your eye, held far outside your skull by a thin stalk of nerves and viscera, stares back at her in unblinking silence.
Let's see what meaning we can find together. Let's see what we're made of.
Something infiltrates you. Though you do not see it, you feel it,
Okay,
slithering into
we've
you.
been
The
through all
body of a
this already.
sapient creature has, on average, then two are stretched into a line.
I'm still here.
You are stretched and stretched and stretched until you are longer than the world itself. You wrap around it again and again and again. A tense line of microcosmic tissue held together by forces that are far too weak for the task they've been given.
Are you still there?
Do I have
Yeah,
to
I'm
keep
still
answering?
here. But yeah, this is slightly different though. Yeah.
Then the forces disappear. The bonds holding your cells together break. You are 30 trillion little pieces, all of them separate, and all of them falling.
And all of them have the princess's face in it. Lovely.
Are you still there?
Yeah, we're still
You
here.
sit in these 30 trillion places, each second passing in each of them before you arrive at the next. Each second passing as 1 million years. And so, You wait.
That's all I have.
And then, all at once, there is a great rewinding, and all of the disparate pieces that once were you fall dutifully back into place. You are whole again, and in your body, the body you had before all of this happened, and the princess sits against the wall, her dress of skin more tattered than before, her face sullen and disappointed.
Yeah, I think we may be missing a few intestines, but I mean, we're still alive, so I'm sure we'll be fine.
You left me, and there's nothing I can do to bring you back.
Oh, she's been like me this whole time. She's just been hiding it.
I never stopped caring about you, but you have to let go of all this pain.
How? It's all I've known.
You could always leave me.
After everything I've done to you, you'd really take me with you?
Give her your hand.
Are you serious? You're just offering her your hand?
It's not the first time we've done it.
You cross the room towards the princess, extending your hand to her. Her eyes, deep wells of buried sorrow, meet yours for a moment. You despicable fiend. And then she takes your hand in hers. You're going to end the world, don't you get it? I can't let that happen. I can't let you leave. I have to... You have to what? Stop us. You leave me, no other choice. You are nothing but a witness. Fine. You and the princess climb the stairs out of the basement together. In silence. No embellishments. No flowery text describing what kind of silence we share. You've really given up, haven't you?
Yeah, this is where we probably need the voiceless spin, because I know he would be loving this.
I'm tired. What a shame. But you should really keep going. You have a job to do, don't you? And then you cross the upstairs of the cabin to the door, which you open. And then you step outside and into the ruins of the world you left.
Maybe narrate it.
Behind? So he's gone too. It's just you and me now.
It's kind of ominous.
Is this the world? It's so cold.
Why you gotta make me feel so bad for her? Okay, well, we got that one done.
So that's a wrap. I didn't think we'd ever get here. There's only one thing left to do.
I mean, in this run, but we still got many new things to go through, much more lore, and many more princesses to see. That was awful. I hate every second of it.
So I did do something to you after all.
Didn't like fighting you when we first met. I still don't want to do that.
Oh, all this time I thought I understood something about you. But I didn't. Now what?
That's up to you.
Then here I stay.
What are you hoping to accomplish with all that?
I don't know. I just wanted something back. Something that was missing. I don't really know what it is, I just know that it's still gone.
Seems so off. It's like you're a completely different person than you were when you started pulling me apart.
Different. I am, yes. We were doing all that for such a long time. I'm tired now.
Okay, well, gotta slay it this time.
Right, the blade. After all of that, it's still here, waiting for you. You pick it up off the floor. The princess doesn't look up as you cross the room, nor does she look up as you bury the weapon in her heart.
Huh. I felt that. It's cold.
You're about to feel much more colder.
I felt that too. A little. Isn't that something?
Yep, that was a quick session. At Hardest Pierce, you do not get the chance to watch her die. Something has taken her away, and it's left something else in her place.
So that's a wrap.
Let's see what happens when we attempt to die.
Can we even do that? Is death the sort of thing we can just decide to do? You do your best to die, but try though you might, you find yourself unable to perish.
Good, because we're not a quitter.
Yes, hopefully this means there's still a chance for the world here.
I can feel you attempting to slip away. Is that what you want then? Are you so terrified of my desires that you'd prefer any escape at all? Are you so terrified of me that you prefer death to my company? At least you're quiet now. At least you haven't fallen back on words. They aren't music. They are...
Your eye held far
Yeah,
outside your
yeah,
skull by
through
a
all this
thin
again.
stalk of nerves and viscera.
Yeah, let's turn and leave.
You turn back towards the stairs, putting the princess forever out of your mind.
alone.
Then we're done here. It's over. On to the next thing.
Over? You do know that this really doesn't solve anything, right?
We don't need a resolution. We've never needed one. Whatever we are, we're here forever.
But this isn't over. She'll find a way out. If you don't turn around and finish this right now, she'll bring about the end of the entire...
Oh, looks like something's coming to end us instead. Never got the choice to
He's
leave.
gone too. It's just you and me now.
Climb to the top of the stairs. You realize that there is no top of the stairs to reach. At least, not anymore. A voice quietly whispers from behind you.
I feel so cold. Is it because you're gone?
As you look over your shoulder, you do not find her. Something's taken her away. There's left something else in her place.
So that's a wrap.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path... All right, change of plans. We're taking the blade this time, and we're not hiding upstairs.
Okay, I had to slightly do something different. I had to visit her back in the adversary chapter, fight her, then give up, and then we can get a couple more extra things,
Who
apparently.
cares about the blade? If we had a chance against her, we already missed it, didn't we? She got stronger, and we stayed the same.
We've seen her bleed. Whatever she is, she started out mortal, which means she probably is still mortal, which means we can win. We just didn't take things seriously enough last time.
If that's what you want, then fine. Enjoy being beaten to death again and again and again.
Well, this is just great. let me cut to the chase. Clearly you've already been here. Yeah, you think?
Actually, I don't think we have been here.
Maybe you haven't been here, but we've been here plenty of times.
This is all different, isn't it?
That's a good point. Everything here is a little off. Look, if the world around you is...
Already gone through all that. Okay, well, back to the cabin we go.
Good. We're all... It isn't long. That's it. I'd rather not...
Okay, this isn't over until I say it's over. Taking you out.
You'll try. And that's what I've been so excited for. Let's hurt each other.
Yeah, time for round 3.
Your heart free of fear, you charge towards the princess, your eyes locked on each other,
Okay, apparently
both of
we've
you
already
prepared
read
to
through
lay
all this.
down your
Oh,
very
okay.
essence in
Yeah,
one
it's just...
blow.
Who needs this stuff anyway? Look at us. We might be all over the place, but we're fine.
That's the first thing you've said that's made any sense. We may be down again, but we're not out for the count yet.
Still, you fall to pieces. What is the point of all this power if there's no challenge to using it? This is a numb existence.
Numb, you ripped off your own skin.
But the
Let me
words
just- yeah, I
don't
can't-
are metaphorical.
Can't speak.
Mouth. Hey, I like words. They're easy and we can have all sorts of fun with them. I prefer having a mouth.
Yeah, especially if we're going to be using it later.
Well, unfortunately
other
for
activities.
you don't have one. Not anymore.
Yeah, ignore and push forward.
Though the ribbons of your unraveled body struggle to coordinate, you manage to put one foot forward.
Oh, so there is some challenge left in you. Let's see how long it takes to crush it.
The princess clenches her fist, and as her knuckles tighten, even more of you becomes undone. Your skin is flayed, your fatty tissue torn from your muscles.
What are you? You're clearly not your skin.
Why would we ever be just our skin? We lost so much of it last time. We're obviously more than that. Who cares? I don't like not having skin. It hurts.
The pain doesn't matter. Just keep walking. She can't stop us if we don't let her.
Take another step.
Still you push on, placing one disaster of a foot in front of the other.
Perhaps muscle is where you dwell.
She smiles, and again her will tears at you. Muscle untethers from bone. But we need that. We can't do anything if we don't have muscle.
I mean, we can still
Okay,
poke her
Mr.
with our
Anatomy,
bones.
I hear you. But have you considered how neat it would be if we still kept walking towards her without it?
Yes, yes, do it. Show her how tough we really are.
Take another step. Mr. Anatomy has a point. How can we move with that muscle now? We're taking another step.
You shamble on, a mass of organs suspended in bone, all held together by the thinnest strands of connective tissue.
I really thought that losing your muscle would be the end of you. This is exciting. We're in uncharted depths. I can't wait to see how much more of you I can take before you finally stop moving.
The less that remains of your body, the more fiercely your spirit struggles against that of the princess. But her power is immense. As your organs slip from between your ribs, she takes another step back. Only now, there is nowhere left for her to go. She's within your reach, if only you have the determination to reach her.
Of course we have determination. We made it this far, didn't we?
What does this make us? How can we lose so many vital parts of who we are and still be here? The exact same way we lost every piece of ourselves twice before. Have you forgotten that we've literally died? Twice.
And many more after that.
Come on. One more step. Do it. Hit me. Show me what you're made of.
Here, reach for her heart.
Your skeletal hand shoots towards her heart, but the closer it gets, the more brittle it becomes. Flakes of bone are peeled away, exposing the marrow, and the marrow melts, exposing nerves, and the nerves are stripped raw. Until what? I think he gave up on us.
Yeah, knowing the narrator, he wouldn't do so willingly.
Figures. He always seemed weak to me.
In the end, you're nothing. Just like what's left of me.
But we're still here, aren't we?
Which means we aren't finished.
What are we supposed to do? Hit her with nothing?
Yes.
Once the voices are in agreement. Slay the princess. Okay, sure. Something or nothing bursts forward from the place that is you. Threads in the shape of a pristine blade. It pierces her heart.
Huh. I felt that.
We actually did it.
We actually won.
I always knew we had it in us. But what are we going to do with ourselves now?
It's cold.
Well, this is what's gonna become of us. Do not get the chance to watch her die. Something has taken her away, so that's something else in her place.
She's gone. And there's that.
Okay, so if we
Arms
let her
outstretched,
end us.
Facing the bleeding princess as she barrels towards you.
Yeah, after we try to fight her as the adversary,
With a
should get something
horrifying
else.
squelch, you are unwound.
Don't think you could just quit so soon. Not after all those guts you showed me last time. Let's see what you're really made of. Maybe we can find where your courage decided to hide away.
Something infiltrates you. Though you do not see it, you feel it, slithering into your disaster of a body, seeping into the gaps between your molecules.
Okay, yeah, we're
The
going
body
back to
of
the
a
molecules
sapient
thing
creature
again.
has, on average, 128. 16,003. 1,048,000. The hundreds don't. 16,768,000.
You means we exist. If we exist, then there has to be a way for us to win. Otherwise, this would just be pointless. It would all just be pointless torture.
Are you still there? Are you still...
After all that, why do I feel so empty? Yeah, there's nothing for you to say.
If only you could see what I see. If only you could remember what I remember. If only you weren't so weak. If only I could make you better. But maybe I can.
She stands, arms outstretched, neck craned, gaze transfixed on something unseen above you both.
This will all be worth it. It has to be.
You are unwound again. But it's different this time. Nothing slithers into your cells. You can feel something changing
Okay,
inside.
we've already read through all this. It doesn't have to be distance between us anymore. Feel it too, don't you? You do. Feel as though you're coming home. Home you've forgotten, but one that never left your heart.
No, this isn't right. I feel cold.
Okay, well that one wasn't too different from the other ones. Till that attempted to form between you snapped. The union has been halted. Something's taken her away and it's left something else in her place.
Then I'm not talking to you.
You charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the cut, your severed carotid artery painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is different. I was not expecting this. I was just kind of clicking on random options, so... Okay, I don't know if this would change anything.
With the last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh.
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
Somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
It's like
no, unfortunately
she's
not.
convinced she can't die. But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Again. Okay, and this leads us to the razor. Right.
Are you serious?
Okay, let's just see what happens if we die.
The wound in
Watch
your
out to
neck
this
is
one
too
leads
much
us
for you
to.
to bear, and you collapse to the floor of the basement, rapidly bleeding out. The princess stands over you with an intense curiosity as you fade away.
Oops.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yay. And it also leads to the razor. Okay.
Oh, let me guess. And at the end of the path is a cabin. Excuse
Yay.
me? Come on, man. We can see it right in front of us. And besides, we've been here like, what, 5 times already?
Just a little more than 5.
I think this is 3. Who cares? The woods are always the worst part anyway. Nothing ever happens in them. I care. Every single time you've been here, it means an entire other reality has been damned to oblivion. One reality is already an incalculable loss. And there is a massive difference between 3 and 5. Feels like the numbers getting thrown around here are too big not to be abstract. Numbers like 5. Numbers like entire realities. At the end of the day, it's all just silly, isn't it? None of us can count to a whole reality, and he's asking us to think about the difference between 3 and 5. You're already starting to lose the thread. Just because you can't personally sum up the contents of an entire reality doesn't mean that the people inhabiting it don't contain moral value. If you have any sense of ethics left in there, if you have any moral compass, please, you have to stop her.
Don't you get it? Might makes right, and she didn't even have to touch us last time to prove her power.
So what? Just because she made us kill ourselves, we're supposed to submit to her authority without question?
Yeah. That sounds good to
I knew
me.
when to surrender to our better. You would have lost eventually anyway, and it would only have made her angry. It would only have made things worse for all of us.
Oh, for the love of... Can you all please just get on with it? You're not making this any easier for yourselves. Do we even have agency right now? We either do what she wants, or we do what he wants. Either way, we're listening to somebody.
Yeah, you actually do have a really good point there.
Please, nothing in life is a binary. Obviously, we find a third choice that nobody wants.
Hell yeah.
You all talk about choices and freedom, but there is no choice when it comes to the will of a god.
I'm going to cut you off right there. She is not a god, and the more times you fail, the harder it becomes for you to succeed. But the fact that you're still here means you still have a chance to pull this off. So, princess, dangerous, cabin, slay, now.
Or we're gonna slay ourselves. Either way, somebody's gonna die. Okay, now, so hold on. I have so many questions.
And right now you have neither the time nor the mental acuity to handle a single response. It's now or never.
I'm going to come until I have answers. What am I?
As you finish your inane question, the ground quakes beneath your feet. You feel an unyielding force pulling at you and your surroundings. The trees start to sway and then crumble, breaking apart as everything is drawn towards the cabin. Even the earth beneath you seems to shift, your feet unable to grip solid ground as you're dragged forward along with everything else.
Well, I mean, that's one way to avoid my questions.
The end of everything. The beginning of something new. The moment we open that door, she will be free.
Any,
Okay, apparently we've read all that, so... See,
as
it's
you
the
step
cabin.
forward, the cabin explodes.
Yep, I've already been through all that, apparently.
You watch in paralyzed awe and terror as the princess emerges, her body unfurling from some vast space as she stands upright to face you.
Man, have I missed this sight. Anyway, we've already read through all that. Okay, anyway... Okay, we're gonna take the blade.
With a grim determination, you yank the blade from the trunk. Yeah, this feels right. She doesn't get to just smugly stand over us like we don't matter. Let's take her down a peg.
You're not going to win. You know that, right? What are you going to do with that tiny blade? Give her a scratch?
I mean, we were able to cut open her heel last time, but I mean, that was her tower form.
Even if that's all we manage, I'd rather go down swinging. See how everything's floating around her? I bet we could make it if we just jumped really hard. You gather yourself, closing your eyes and shutting out the towering vision of the princess. There is only her and you. That's all there ever was. It's time to face her.
Hell yeah. Charge into oblivion.
You launch yourself towards the princess. The pull of her gravity catches you, carrying you across the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Such defiance even now. Do it then. Show me what you think it takes to end that which is destined to end everything.
Don't you see how hopeless this is? She fears nothing.
That's right, she doesn't! So she has no idea what she's in for. With a heavy thump, you land on her chest.
Can we just live here? I like that.
It's now or never. We've come this far. Let's take it home.
Carve into her divine heart.
You strike, but her skin is like steel. Though you stab at her again and again, the wounds are superficial, mere etchings in a sprawling surface.
You see? It was always pointless. All this has done is bring us close to her. And how beautiful it is to be so close.
Maybe we can get a little bit closer.
It's not pointless, it can't be. We wouldn't be here if there wasn't some hope we could succeed.
Is that all?
The princess plucks you from her chest, pinching the scruff of your neck delicately between two fingers as she brings you to eye level.
I could get used to this.
I forgive you your transgressions, but my destiny is inescapable.
She thinks she's so much better than us. There has to be something else we can do. We're not going out like this.
He offered us forgiveness. You would turn down such an incredible gift. You would turn away from her glory for something as petty as pride.
Held a blade at her eye.
Yes, yes, let's give her something to remember us by. You concentrate your will to a fine point and hurl your blade at the princess's eye. It flies through the night sky and then nothing.
She could never be harmed by...
Maybe she could.
It pierces her cornea.
I'm sorry that I had to do that to your beautiful eye, but...
She howls, recoiling in pain, and you fall from her distracted hand. You hit the ground with a painful thud. She narrowly misses you as she comes crashing down to her knees.
Now she's finally on her knees for me.
So I've misread you. You are not the willful key that will turn the lock of my liberation. You are an enemy to be smitten by my hand.
The princess holds up her monumental hand, its glowing palm radiating a blinding light. It grows and grows until it's all you can see. And then you erupt, your very soul mere kindling to her light.
Yeah, definitely gonna be erupting, alright?
The
Later.
inferno incinerates everything that is you. And with it... No, that's not right. Why is it hot? I'm not supposed to be able to feel anything. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, hey.
You leave me no other choice. Suffer for the crime you have committed against my divine body. Damnation will purify us both.
I guess it's going cold. There's nothing left to burn. Yet still you persist amid a world unraveled.
It's cold now, and I feel small. I thought I was everything. But I'm no better than you, am I?
They're a perfect match for each other. My god, there are so many hands. But those hands are needed for such a perfect body like hers. Yeah, and then don't get a chance to respond, yada yada. Hey, funny one, did you say something about a third option earlier? One that would make everyone unhappy?
Well, we could always run away, right? To where? I don't know. Anywhere.
You're all ruining the moment of her ascension. Have you no respect for the divine?
I do. Here we can flee, but to get our new law stuff, we need to embrace our goddess.
Alright, spiting him it is.
Yeah, which I definitely not complaining about.
You don't know what you're doing.
Oh, I know what I'm doing, just you're not gonna like it.
That's half the fun.
Fill the empty seat by my side. Join me for a new dawn.
You fool. You can feel the pull of her gravity catch you, carrying you from the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Come to me.
Her words are like a gentle tug, drawing you closer to the mountain of her body. You land softly on her shoulder. Her skin is warm and comforting. This really is the end.
Okay, yeah, you can go away. I want to enjoy this little moment.
Is it the end? We're still here.
Nice guy and wheeze into a textured nothingness. He does not respond.
Everything is gone but us and her. This is her power. This is where we're meant to be.
He's really gone. Huh, that's unexpected. But he would have said something by now if he were still here. Right? Yeah. Never knew when to shut up, that one. It's part of why I liked him so much. I can't believe all it took to make him disappear was saying no once. What happens now?
This world is but an illusion, keeping us from my ascension. A play of shadows dancing on the wall.
Princess reaches forward into the textured nothing, and buries her fingers in its divine flesh. Her touch is soft.
The flame may be snuffed, but the wall remains. This isn't just for my glory. You are a part of this now.
See? This is nice. We're safe. She's helping us. She's helping everyone.
Rope tightens and somehow you feel it. Pain sits at the limits of your comprehension, like an endless sea of hands falling on you one after another, before finally collapsing in on themselves. Lose yourself in the darkness. Yeah, you're hurting me.
It will be over soon, little bird. Then your eyes will open, and all of this pain will seem but the fading memory of a distant dream.
Soon? Soon? Does that mean there's gonna be more? My only comfort is that he isn't here to see us suffer. He would love that, wouldn't he?
You'd be pretty smug about it. Section nothing's ripped open, and with it, you're ripped open. Amid a sea of dissociative pain, you can feel everything that is pouring out into the ether. But you feel something else too. Anger. You need to lash out and hurt that which is hurting you.
Yes. Hurt her. Do something, anything, to make it stop.
No, if suffering is what she demands of us, suffering is what we'll give. Why would I doubt our God?
It is so tempting to see what's on the other side of that great big nothing, but I think I'm gonna lose myself if this goes on for much longer. Why do we have to be the ones going through all this pain while she gets all the benefits?
Blasphemer. We have been given the gift of offering ourselves to a higher purpose, and you spit in its face.
Make her suffer with you. You are a wave of tendrils racing against themselves, and down the shape of an arm. Snap around it. Leave as a massive burden is lifted from you. You're in one piece. You're in your body. Your eyes open. For you is the massive form of the princess, arms bound by the textured nothing. Behind her, hole in the world, leading into something beyond. Something beautiful.
I knew it! That old windbag was hiding all kinds of secrets from us. There's a whole world out there.
I don't know what to say. It's just so beautiful.
Not as beautiful as her.
Doesn't the mere sight make all the misery worth it?
It's not all that.
What did you do to me? I was supposed to be perfect. I was supposed to be a god. I was all of those things. And now I'm not. All because of you.
Yeah, well, maybe you should have tried to hurt me. Yes, yeah, you're not the only powerful one in this world. She looks up with futile sorrow at there's something beautiful that sits beyond.
We could have had everything. If only you had given me a little more, we could have been free on the wings of my glory. Now we're stuck here. Forever.
I, for one, am perfectly happy to be stuck here forever. It's more than worth it if that's the price we paid for taking her down a peg.
All men shut. As it closes, the tendrils lose their grip, freeing the princess as they retreat.
It's gone. No. No, how do we get it back? Can we try again? We'll suffer so much better if we get to try again, I promise.
It's so cold here. If this wasn't enough, then what is?
And there she goes. But you don't get the opportunity to try again. Something's taken it away, and it's left something else in her place.
She's gone. And is that...
Suffer in silence.
It will be over soon, little bird. Then your eyes will open, and all of this pain will seem but the fading memory of a distant dream.
Soon?
Okay, that's all the same. But yeah, suffer alone in the darkness. Continue to lose important pieces of yourself. Memories of entire lifetimes lived fade away into a space where your only recollection of them is that something used to be there. You die, now reborn. You die and now reborn. Shrinking and shrinking again and again until there is no you left to die or shrink.
You've done so well, little bird. Behold, the fruit of your anguish.
Eyes open. Are they yours? I feel like yours anymore, but there's no other word to describe what they belong to.
Where are we? Does it even matter? Here, there, it's all the same.
You're all starting to sound like me.
Vision focuses, revealing what has been done. The world has opened up, and beyond is something beautiful.
Oh. What is that? I think I want to be there.
It's where we're supposed to be.
Can we come back if we go there? I don't want to go there if it means we can't come back.
Princess steps forward, bringing you both to the edge of something beautiful. It is dazzlingly vast. But neither of you cross the threshold. There is a roaring like underground thunder. She is stopped in place.
Were we supposed to stop? I don't think this is over.
After everything I cast aside on my path to ascension, what remnant of the old could possibly be left to defy me?
Look down at the princess's feet. Right? There's a shifting mound, massive hands clambering over each other, pulling their way up her body. Start to pull.
No!
And I wish those were my hands. Down becomes a sea. The princess struggles to stay aloft. Get the two of you close to the hole in the world, and light of something beautiful beyond, but she is drowning. Sea rises, she pulls you from her shoulder and holds you above the tide. Turn back to look at her.
We have to be able to do something to help her. This can't be how it ends. It can't. It can't. It can't. It can't.
I think this is the end. I can feel every part of me freezing over.
Yep. When it comes to it, this is how it'll always end for us. Hands reach over hands, pulling at her face, dragging her down into the frigid depths. She is tired, and life fades from her eyes.
You have been the only thing I've ever known to show me grace. I am sorry if I have not shown you the same.
Princess summons the last of her strength, face the shield of purpose and determination. The final act hurls you towards the hole in the world, towards something beautiful beyond.
Fly, little bird.
No. No. I don't want to be somewhere she isn't. It would always be dark without her.
Spoken truly from the heart. Man, I feel sad. I like this princess. She tried to save us too.
It's what she wants for us. But can we make it? Of course we can. We can do whatever we want. And I believe in her.
Fuck. All sails before you make it to the other side. There is a time that bask in what lies beyond is not now. As you turn back to look at her, you see that she is gone. Something's taken her away and has left something else in her place.
Is that a...
Yeah, and then back to the mirror again. Well, what would you have me do? What do you have planned? Okay, we've
All
already...
you have to do.
You're so powerful, can't you just break the chains yourself?
Don't be rude. Of course she can.
Yeah, we already read through that apparently. Hey, just because you're supposed to end the world doesn't mean you actually have to do it. You can be whatever you want to be.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart. Your will was so easily broken. Am I that magnificent?
All you need to do is believe it's been done. You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart. It's easy. And once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever. Please, don't do this. There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be. And it is good. Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back.
Sit in the corner. Okay. Well, we can only break her chains.
Her chains shattered.
And where are you? What happens now?
Nothing. And then, everything.
Okay, that was not really the ending that I wanted. I mean, we got some new dialogue stuff, so...
You will.
Just do it already. It will feel so much better to do as she says.
Then remain silent.
Do you think holding shut your beak is enough to stop me from prying it open? Do you think your skull
Yeah,
can
we
save...
already read through all this. And no, I won't take part in this. Refuse, sir.
You poor deluded thing. Don't think you can muster up the strength to defy me now. You already submitted the moment you entered this temple without the will to end me.
What is she talking about? She's talking about your ridiculous decision to come down here unarmed. It doesn't matter. Don't let her talk you into bowing down to her or whatever it is she thinks she can make you do. You can still go back and get the blade from upstairs. You can still stop her.
I mean, who doesn't say that? I don't like bowing down to her.
But we're already here, and we already made our choice, and there are so many tall stairs between us and that altar.
You're right about one thing. You already made your choice, and your choice was to defy her. I don't care how many stairs there are or how tall they are, you're going to turn around right now, take the blade, and save the damn world.
I mean, why do we need to talk about the tall stairs when we got this tall beauty in front of us?
Even now your vessel twitches and trembles, consumed by conflict with yourself. But that part of you standing in hopeless defiance isn't the only thing resisting me, is it? There's something else in there. Someone else. A greasy film sheltering your heart. Is that a person? No. It used to be a person. It's something different now. An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one, aren't you?
I mean, sure, he's just a girl and not sure.
A shriveling little worm stretched beyond its limits, trying to control things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about?
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Are you okay?
Did that sound like he's okay to you?
I'm fine.
I've always been fine. No, this isn't right. What do? We can't just let her control us like this.
I mean, she's only just controlling the narrator.
I've been trying to tell you this whole time. It isn't about can or can't. It isn't even about will or won't. There is only one path in front of us, and we will walk it.
I mean, I wouldn't mind her walking all over me, but...
We'll just refuse.
Not even he could refuse her in the end. What are you supposed to do? We're all prisoners here. Some of us are just willing to embrace our chains.
When I see you again, you'll free me from my chains and deliver me to the destiny that lies beyond this place.
We will. I promise.
I know you will.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Yay.
You're on a path in the woods.
Yeah, whatever, we
At
already
the
been
end of
through
that
this.
path,
Okay, time to take the blade again.
screw all of this. I'm with you. A real god wouldn't need us as part of her plan.
You'll never make it to her, and even if you do, what could you possibly hope to accomplish?
We'll do what we were always supposed to. We'll take this blade and we'll sink it into her heart. Look at the way everything's being flung around her. If we just throw ourselves in her direction, I don't know, maybe it'll work. If our thoughts are what give her power, maybe it can cut both ways. Maybe we can do whatever we want to do. Maybe none of this is real. With a forceful tug, you yank the blade out from the tree. You close your eyes and take a deep breath, and for a moment you can feel everything around you, like you're a part of everything, and everything is a part of you. And then your eyes open, settling on your target. It's time.
Brace your destiny.
You launch yourself towards the princess. You can feel the pull of her gravity catch you, carrying you from the ground into the violent swirl of her orbit.
Even now you defy me. Do it then.
Show me what you think it takes to end what's destined to end everything.
Yeah, do it.
Sail the unassailable.
You're not going to win. You know that, right? What are you even going to do with that tiny knife? Give her a scratch?
You still don't get it, do you? We can be whatever we want to be. Nothing is real. It all might as well just be a dream.
Well, as long as I get to scratch her back, she could scratch mine.
Are you okay?
Of course, I'm not okay. I've never been okay. But maybe I needed to never be okay for us to make this happen.
As you fall towards the princess, you swing the blade in a massive arc, putting all of your strength behind it. It cuts a shockwave through the very air, splitting everything in its path.
It won't be enough.
How unexpected.
As the blow lands, the entire world shakes. The outline of the princess disappears into a storm of dust and debris.
We've done that the whole time?
That was surprisingly easy.
It was a fluke, I'm sure. An accident, that's all.
It won't be a fluke if we do it again. As the dust settles, the form of the princess comes back into view. Her skin and vestments are lightly scuffed, but her body is whole, and her face is full of self-righteous fury. At least we made her mad. That has to count for something. But she holds her anger back. Her eyes close, and a gentle smile curls across her lips.
And so the little bird has found his heart at the end of the world.
Also just noticed that the eyes on her little ribbons here have also closed.
Her eyes flit open, pupils narrowing on your form.
But is it courage that courses through his veins? Or is it madness?
Or is it both?
The world around her stills. The debris stops in place, and the air is calm and silent.
You walk a razor's edge. It won't be long before you slip.
And then in an instant door comes at you. You are pelted with stone after massive stone, even the pebbles slicing through you like bullets. You cannot hope to so much as move as the bombardment continues, your body being destroyed bit by bit, crushed under the mass of wood and rock.
It's over. You had your moment, I'll give you that.
But that's all it was. Hope it was worth it.
Enough with the yous. Whether you like it or not, you're a part of us. Hell, whether I like it or not, you're a part of us. That was your moment too. And we can have another if we all work together. She's not your perfect goddess, just look at what she's doing to you, her most loyal servant.
Hey, we haven't been all that loyal to her.
This isn't very nice, but we did make her angry. Isn't it what we deserve?
Who deserves something like this? She wants her freedom at the expense of ours, and she's willing to destroy us over and over again if it helps her. What kind of god does that? Stop deluding yourself. If we're going to make this work, all of us need to see the truth.
But I love her.
And she doesn't love you. She doesn't even know you exist. You are just a tiny part of an obstacle, and she is currently in the process of destroying said obstacle, so I suggest you snap out of it now while you still can.
Still your doubts.
All at once the pressure breaks. You burst through a mountain of debris and straight for the princess's heart. As you soar towards her, the eyes on her vestments open wide, the light of their gaze slowing your pursuit as more and more matter continues to assail you.
Now, Blade is also a little different too.
But It's not enough to stop us, is it? We're going to make it to her.
You are. As you draw near, you extend your blade, readying a powerful strike. It sings through the air and is met with a barrier of light. You remain frozen in midair, the two of you unblinking, waiting to see who breaks first. And then we win. Right? That's what should happen. Why isn't it happening? Did we do something wrong? Were all these powerful, heroic thoughts not enough?
I believe in us. Isn't that enough?
Unless we got the rules wrong. I'm sorry. I think I messed this up.
What do we do? I thought you said that all of this was like a dream, that we should choose how it goes, so why can't we choose to win?
The thing with dreams is that they always end.
An admirable effort, but one that would never have succeeded. Come, let us leave this world of illusions.
She's trying to undermine you. She's lying. Don't listen to her.
But before he can finish his thoughts, he is gone. Your blade has vanished from your hand. What around you unravels into a text in nothing.
You have no weapon. Your will has been conquered.
Is she going to hurt us now?
Probably, yeah. Princess reaches forward into the text in nothing and burrows her fingers in its divine flesh. Touch is soft.
Oh, that feels nice.
The flame may be snuffed, but the wall remains. This isn't just for my glory. You are a part of this now.
Yep, and then we're back to here again. Yeah, her tight grip is and somehow you feel it.
She's hurting us again. I've never hurt like this before.
She isn't even touching us. How could she hurt us without touching us? Unless all of this is us. No, we can't be this. But it feels like she's ripping us apart.
Fight back.
Maybe if we feel all of this nothing, maybe we can use it. Anything to make this stop. Anything to make her feel what we feel.
A wave of tendrils racing against themselves, and down the shape of an arm, snap around it. Life as a massive burden is lifted from you. You're in one piece. You're in your body. You've already read through all of this. Yeah, there it is. Something actually real.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, we just had to push harder. Wouldn't be here if there wasn't a way for us to win.
That's right. So come on, push, all of you.
I'll do my best.
All right, one last try. You continue the struggle, your blade kicking up sparks as it grinds against the princess's barrier. You're getting to her.
Your persistence is admirable, but it's misplaced.
We're so much more than I thought we were. It won't be misplaced if we win.
You ignore the princess's words and push a little further, and then a crack. And where that crack formed, another forms, and then another. Finally, it shatters. We did it. We actually did it.
Yeah, but that's only just one part of her. There's a lot more to her that we gotta get through.
The princess's face remains serene as your blade plummets towards her heart.
A victory, but one that remains rooted in the material. And I am beyond that now. Come, let us leave this world of illusions.
Your blade can pierce her heart. It vanishes from your hand. Water runs your unravels into a textured nothing.
You have no weapon. Our battle is at an end.
Is she going to hurt us now?
Yeah, and just everything we've been through. And we can just try and fight back, which probably won't end well for us, as usual.
But that isn't enough, is it? We can...
Wait, this is different. When it shifts between undulated fibers of nothingness that is somehow outside of your body, however time yields to feeling. Wrap her around the wrist, ankle, neck, and pull her from her heart, the whole of her experience. In return, she pulls from your heart the whole of yours. So much of her is empty bluster. Both modded first in quiet to give an empty life, a sense of meaning. Then the same boast wrapped in a bow of true belief. They turn to arrogance. Arrogance that shatters as she finally sees something other than herself.
Oh, we've both hurt each other so very much, haven't we?
Just a few times. Eyes open. She's bound to you. You're bound to her. Only echoes of what you used to be.
I can hear your voices prattle in my head. I was never going to ascend. This is all so very small. I'm so very small. I'm sorry.
There she goes. Do not get the chance to respond, or ever. Something is taken away and it's left something else in her place. Yeah, we're back to the mirror here again. But with that, that is all the new lore for in this update. But we're definitely not done there, because we still got 3 new princesses that has been added, so we're gonna head on to doing that next.